What's going on, everybody? We have quite an amazing community of contributors to this channel. They help the channel because they send in IEMs. They're very lovingly owned IEMs. IEMs they own, right? And they send them to me so I can review them. And that's great for content. It's great for me because as a reviewer, the more that I hear, the better I get. Like, this is kind of a repetitive game. And it matters with different price points, different companies, different everything. The more that I hear, the better I get. And we wouldn't be where we are without these amazing people. Just saying, hey, would you like to try this out? Would you like to hear this? Would you like to review this? It's just freaking amazing. And you know who you are, thank you. But today we're going to specifically talk about Donald. Donald is an amazing contributor to the YouTube. He's always commenting, and he's been telling me about his favorite IEM for a while. And I heard about this IEM back in the first of the year because that was Can Jam Hong Kong. And a lot of people were talking about Musicbox. And it was one of those ones that are from afar, because there are quite a few companies that are basically over there and you really don't see them transition over here, or there's not like an easy way of buying them. You have to buy directly from there. But Musicbox is this meticulous company that makes these handmade with pure love IEMs. And the one that people were talking about a lot was the Musicbox Steranko 40. 40 because there are 20 drivers in each side. We'll get into that later. So Donald has graciously sent me his, because I never thought I was actually going to hear it, unless like something like Music Tech picked it up or Bloom. But they haven't, but luckily Donald has. These are his that he sent to me personally to review. So today we're going to review Donald's Musicbox Steranko 40. Alright, so the luxury Steranko 40 driver IEM retails for $3,254. It's got 20 drivers per side. So let's break that down. It's got 2 coaxial drivers. It's got 4 balanced armature for the mids, 4 balanced armatures for the mids and highs, 2 balanced armatures for the highs, and 8 electrostatic drivers for the ultra highs. Let's get to one of the best unboxings there is in IEM world. I'm not kidding. Wait till you see this. So you've got this white box. You flip this up, and you're greeted with a very nice, look at that. It's just beautiful. Then once you open this up, here is your IEM box. Now, this is pretty stunning. Snake skin. And I'll hint at something. It's got something very cool, but it goes along with the name of the company. So that is very sharp. Pull this down, and you open this up, and voila, what I was hinting at. Yes, there's actually a working music box. I'm not going to play it now because I don't like messing with other people's stuff. So, and the worst thing I want to do is for it to break on me while I'm doing it. So here are your beautiful Steranko. Pop one out, and as you can see, clear outer shell, so you can see all those magnificent drivers, all 20 of them. Then a beautiful blue top that's blue and purple, so very nice. Gently put this back in here. Then you'll have a book that has information. It's pretty cool. And this will be your golden voice cable. Very beautiful cable. You've got the gold, and then you've got some red in here. But what's really neat is, as you can tell, the cable holder is the same material as the box, the snakeskin leather material, which is absolutely awesome. So, pound for pound, I think the attention to detail on this is fabulous, and really one of the best unboxings, especially including this cool little music box here. All right, so let's talk about fit and finish. So, again, I love it that you can see all the beauty of all 20 drivers inside this shell. Like, it would be a crime if you just put a black shell on there. You weren't able to see the art that it takes to actually put all these drivers within this IEM and then tune that bad boy. Like, again, that's an art form that really needs to get a little bit more hype. Anywho, be that as it may, the cable that comes with it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the gold and the red. Every once in a while, though, it's a little thick. So it's a thick cable. So it's something you have to get used to. But it's not a heavy cable. So, for example, got nice hooks. Once you get the IEM in, it's a very comfortable IEM, medium size. So not too chunky. Nice design, so it fits comfortably within the ear. But every once in a while, I'll get this caught just because of its girth. But you know what? Honestly, like the things that I care about, being able to fold it up, it's a great cable. It's just a little thick. And that's the only problem that I'll run into every once in a while. I think it's beautiful. I like the little design details on it. But pound for pound, it's pretty good. All right, so for the Steranko 40, let's talk about sound. This is going to be an interesting one because it's different price points. We've talked about it. So with the P5 plus 2, I feel like it jumps up in price. So it's a little over $200, but I think it can compete against because the tuning's so good. With IEM's more expensive. The Flip Ears Legion, that boy will fight things at $2,000 to $3,000, and it goes for $850. So now we're at the $3,000 price point with the Steranko. And I feel like the Steranko puts up a great fight versus things like the Apex, the Amber Pearl, things like that. Like, it is an incredible IEM for the price it is. Now, the price is still very expensive, but just hear me out on this. It's got all these drivers that are all working together seamlessly. I didn't feel like there was anything that broke apart, anything that just didn't fit. So they're working sonically together in this very coherent, just boom of music. So you've got this very nice bass. It can hit. If you're listening to something that's really bassy, it'll hit. There's great texture to it. And then you've got these expansive mids. And it's like that balance between you don't want something too warm, but you don't want something too cold. You want something in the middle that can just bring out everything, and there'll be a bunch of details, but it's not too heavy. And you would think with that many IEMs, or not IEMs, but drivers, what ends up happening is you're going to have this monster note weight. Because you've got all these balance armatures or whatever type of driver, all of them are in the same spectrum, and they're all throwing that sound at you, right? And lots of times you can get like a heaviness to it. But that's the brilliance of these, because on top of that, you've got the 8E stats, and that kind of balances it out for me, where you've got sparkle and you've got air, and it's not too heavy in the mids, where the mids are able to freaking shine. And when it comes to voices, male and female, some of the best voices. Like, I'm telling you, if you were listening to something and it's being emotionally sung, you're going to feel something because you feel that emotion. Like, some of the best voices you'll hear in these IEMs. Instruments sound great. One of the tunes that I love listening to, because muddy. So what do I talk about when it's muddy? It's when you're listening to a tune and the drivers can't keep up. And it's right. It just all the details gone, everything's gone. It can't keep up with the music. And one of the ones that I like trying is Bloom, and I can't remember the name of the album, but it's Bill Lawrence, and it's called Bloom. And there are just certain parts in there where you've got all the strings, but they're playing different melodies at the same time. He's playing a different melody, and it just gets congested. There's just so much going on. It is the perfect tune to find out if a IEM's going to, or even a headphone is going to dance and just be able to do it, or it's going to fail. And it's a great thing for like multiple type of driver IEMs, especially when their count gets high, because again, they have to cohesively work really well together. And what I like about this is you've got this monster note weight, but you've got this great detail, but it is very, very fluid in the way the music sounds. So all the details there, the stage is separated. You can hear all the individual instruments, and when it gets super, super busy, it doesn't get muddy. And that's just really amazing tuning for something that has that many drivers. With those 8E stats, like some people might think that's overkill, but in a sense, what it does is gives you this airiness, this detail, this presence to the highs that just is awesome. So if you're like, I always bring up Polyphia, I always bring up Sincato, I bring up Manu Katchu, I'm going to start bringing up more Yellow Jackets and their drummer, using a lot of cymbal play, a lot of ride cymbal, a lot of different types of cymbals. Even if you're listening to something like, oh my God, I can't believe, I forgot what name, but Tioga Pass, Yusuf Days, huge Yusuf Days fan. And the way those tracks are recorded is for it to get holographic, for you just to kind of just listen to this chill, amazing jazz music with Elijah Fox, fellow Oberlin graduate, and the saxophone player and the Dino Palladino, or yeah, I think it's Dino Palladino, or maybe that was his dad. But anyway, the whole Yusuf Days thing with these IEMs, you're getting so much separation, so much depth. The stage is wide. It's lithe. That's the word I was trying to think of. It doesn't get bogged down in the sound. It's just very awesome. I was over at my friend Jason's house today listening to his APX, and that's the very beautiful thing about the APX, because I feel like maybe a little bit too much on the resolution, but the resolution is outstanding on it, but it's very lithe. Like, it's never going to get bogged down and stuff. And it's got quite a few less drivers than this, but this has all these drivers, and it's still a very lithe, very engaging, beautiful voices, male and female, beautiful instrument sounds, three-dimensional sound where you've got not just a wall of sound, but you've got depth to it, you've got width to it, you've got height to it. So pound for pound, I'm very shocked on how I feel like the Sterenkos are able to not just sound great, but sound well below the ones that are above, and it sounds just as good as they do. Really, really, really good job. And I thank my boy for sending these, because, again, it's one of these rare ones that, because they're handmade, it takes a long time for them to get made, so kind of like the build-up for it. But I think if more people get to listen to the Steranko, it'll sell really, really well. Is the Steranko 40 a buy? I think in this time, a lot of people are fed up or get upset with how high IEM prices have gone. And that's understandable. There's some really expensive IEMs. And I feel like it's very important to get the best bang for the buck you can get. And I think the Steranko 40, especially how meticulous they're made, the beautiful presentation, everything like that, is a great bang for the buck. Now, I get it. It's $3,000. But when you've got an IEM that competes against all those super, super high expensive IEMs when it comes to resolution, staging, just great tuning, yeah, it's definitely a buy, because you just want to save that money. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. And special thanks to Donald for sending these out. I'll talk to you in the next video.